with special guest. He's back, Murph, on Shout It Out Loudcast, episode 12. We call this one Two-Timer. And Tommy, why are we calling it Two-Timer?
Because we saw 2 shows this week?
Yeah, I know. Real original.
Hey, it's all right.
So, how the hell are you?
Good. It's just came back from a run. The weather's nice. It's opening day. The Sox are on. The weather's
right.
turning. The weather's turning.
The Sox, but you mean the world champion Boston?
That's true. That's true too. That's also true.
And we are shocked that we get Murph on today when the Sox are on opening day for them. Murph, how are you?
I'm doing well, guys. Thanks for the invite back, and thank you for pushing the issue and having me go to the concert, and look forward to talking about it.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah. Tom, what's going on in Kiss World?
Kiss World. Well, so last night, we'll talk briefly. So last night they played Madison Square Garden. We're recording on March 28th, the 28th. Yeah, they played it. They played at Madison Square Garden last night, and guess who didn't show up?
Well, I was sleeping last night in my dream. Peter walked out when Eric was on the piano, and Eric goes, "Hold on, this isn't right. 1 second." And he gets up, and then Peter comes out with roses and starts handing them out. And then all of a sudden, Eric Carr. Oh, God. Yeah, now you know it's a dream. Yeah, Eric Carr comes out in my dream and then punches Peter in the face, and there's a big brawl. Ace comes out and goes, "Ah!" And then there's a big brawl going on. Yeah, you were right. Nobody showed up.
Yep. I'm the only one that's been saying this since day one, that it's not going to happen. So,
in my dreams it did, but
yeah. But no, I mean, we'll get into our version of Kiss news, but in Kiss related news or podcast related news, listeners of this show are aware that we are in the second week of the Makeup Madness tournament rolling along. And again, we're recording on Thursday, and today was the beginning of the Sweet 16.
Nice.
Yeah. So we're cruising along. I'm going to say real briefly that I can't believe Rock and Roll Night barely survived the first round and got its ass kicked by Making Love in the second round. What do you think of that garbage? Zeus,
fatigue.
Murph,
Fatigue.
I think you're right. I think fatigue. Murph, What do you think? Yeah,
Absolutely the case. Yep.
Yeah, see, we talked about that, and that's bullshit. Fatigue fact. Making Love sucks. That song is song's terrible.
Great guitar. Nice riff.
It is good. But, real quick, I'll just kind of, I know people by the time you listen to this episode will be into the Elite Eight, but no surprises. One bracket, we got the top 4 seeds. Deuce, Come On and Love Me, God of Thunder, Shock Me. Those 4 seeds have advanced. Another bracket, you got Detroit Rock City playing Mr. Speed. Ugh, Let Me Go, Rock and Roll. Terrible. Ugh. Playing Black Diamond. Then you got Making Love going against Strutter. I Stole Your Love and Shout It Out Loud. Cold Gin and Parasite. And then my favorite matchup to watch, which as of right now is the only close one, Love Gun and Rocket Ride.
Yeah.
So,
where's Mainline in that?
Mainline is in the NIT tournament of the KISS tournament, I think.
The NIT tournament. Yeah.
So that's
along with Murder in High Heels and other famous KISS classics.
So that's rolling along. So we're excited. A lot of involvement, a lot of interaction, which has been great. So Murph, I know you've been voting.
Yes, and I'm glad to see Cold Gin's making a bit of a comeback. I was getting ready to log into my kids' accounts and start making votes on their behalf.
Russian hacking in the KISS tournament.
Absolutely.
I know Murph is still reeling from Shandy getting its ass kicked in the first round.
It was disheartening.
I'm sorry. So yeah. So other than that, no KISS news other than the tour, as usual.
And about that tour,
yeah,
we got to see them Saturday night.
Yep.
At Mohegan Sun, the casino in Connecticut. And then we got to see him Tuesday at the Garden in Boston.
Yes.
On Saturday night, you, your wife, me, and my 10-year-old daughter went.
Yep.
And then on Tuesday, me, you, Murph, and your 13-year-old son?
14.
14.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that, buddy.
Yep.
14-year-old son went. Pretty good.
Pretty amazing week. I think I'm still friggin' dealing with the fatigue from the Tuesday night show. I know everybody got home late, but it was worth it, of course. So, yeah, we got a lot to say about this. So, real quick, some general thoughts on, I know your daughter was 10. She was a little, a little disinterested, shall we say, but did she have any observations or any thoughts or?
Yeah, a couple. First thing, she said that I told my friends I'm going to a Kiss concert, and they're like, who's that? And she described them like this. She goes, oh, that's a bunch of 70-year-olds. They play rock music. That's nice.
Well, she's not that
70-year-olds. Then, when we were in Mohegan, for a little bit, we had a nice dinner.
Yep.
The four of us.
Yep.
And before the show, you guys went off, did a little bit of your own, doing your little casino action.
Won some money, too.
Yeah, that's great.
Yep.
So me and Natalia walked around, looked over and saw a Kiss, and I was like, oh, look at this Mohegan Sun, look at this Kiss stuff. She goes like, ew, they're old. I said, honey, come on. They're wearing makeup. How can you tell? She goes, look at their necks. I was like, only the honesty of a child.
Oh, man,
look
see?
at their necks.
Oh.
And the worst was, and maybe she's saying it was Paul, but she's like, and their chest hair is gray.
Oh, that's beautiful. The fact that she noticed that.
Oh, only a child would pick up on that. Yes. So she saw that.
Yep.
Couple of her comments. I took them down.
Okay.
Felt like an earthquake.
Oh.
What's your favorite part, honey? Oh, the confetti.
Okay.
The confetti.
Okay.
She said the blood looked like fruit juice. Is that when the guy spit out the fruit juice? She said that, the show was, it was good if you liked it.
She's cute.
She was, she's, thank God for cell phones. She was playing different video games.
Oh, yeah.
And I would be like, hey, honey, look, somebody's going to fly. Look, honey, he's shooting rockets from his guitar. Look, honey, they're doing more fireworks. I mean, she was interested for the show. She knows some of the songs and was like, But I did get her to start humming after playing in the car, mainline, in the hotel.
Okay.
I heard her doing it. And I was like, you like that Peter guy, huh?
So pretty much her experience, it was like the reverse of like when a parent has to take their kid to see like Sesame Street on Ice. It's like the little kid's like, Mom, look at Elmo. Yeah, good one. That was pretty much you. Natalia, look at Paul.
Yeah. No, I know. But, it was something different. Yeah. And, she got her shirt, and I said, someday you're going to tell your kids you were at the Kiss concert on their last tour.
And Gene and Paul will still be touring.
Yeah. Probably right. You're probably right. All right, so that's my daughter. What did
I took my wife to. Well, first I took my wife. So her.
That's right, Saturday.
So, now she had been to a Kiss concert before years ago. She's a fan. She knows a lot of the music. She's into it. She really enjoyed herself.
Yeah.
She loved. We'll get into some of the details, but she was a huge fan of certain songs. The show itself, she enjoyed herself, so that was good. And then my son's reaction at the Boston show, he was excited to go, and I know, he enjoys Kiss, a little bit, but I was pleasantly surprised that he really enjoyed the show from start to finish.
Yeah.
I forgot to tell you this story. Real quick, a little sidebar here for the listeners. Me, Zeus, and Murph have not shared any thoughts about these shows with each other because we wanted to just save it all for the recording here tonight.
Yeah.
So nobody knows what we think about anything. So I forgot to tell you this. So we're at the show at the Garden, and my son's on Instagram, and he's taking pictures and like some video clips, and he's posting them on his Instagram feed and everything. He comes into school the next morning. Hey, Michael, how was the Kiss concert? His friends. He's like, oh, it was pretty good. He's like, yeah, I hope so. All you did was bury my Instagram feed with your Kiss videos all night long.
Tell him not to worry. I got shit like that too from people.
Yeah, but no, he loved the show. He was blown away by it. And one interesting thing that I learned, and I did not know this, his favorite Kiss song is "Calling Dr. Love," and I couldn't believe that because I did not know that. So, yeah. Yep, yeah, that's some general family thoughts on the show.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yep.
So we want to go over there to Murph and find out what he thought?
Now, yeah, Murph, go ahead. Give us your thoughts.
It was all right.
Oh, there we
go. Beside the fact that I was standing next to the son of Sam for the show.
Poor Murph had a date.
I said, what if that guy, I said to Tommy this.
Oh, yeah, listen.
What if this guy saw the shirts and he's stalking you? He's going to listen to this podcast. And he's going to find out there was this lonely man that sat next to us. Well, Murph got a single ticket. And fortunately for us, there was an empty spot right in front. So he moved over there.
Yep.
Well, apparently I don't even know how to describe the man. It looked like I don't know, like Ned Flanders came to life. And he was just, hey, how are you, buddy? To Murph the whole night. And we were like, oh my God, he's going to friggin' chloroform Murph at the end of the night. Take home with him.
He's going to be in the back of the Kiss van.
And he's like, he's dressed like, I don't know how you say this. Like,
he was wearing a members only jacket.
Yeah.
He was. I think he really was. Yeah.
He was like balding. He had the what do you call that? The skullet look going with the mustache. And he had hey, googly guys, how are ya? And at one point I said, oh, they're going to play this song and this song next. He goes, what about Strut? I go, oh, that's not in the tour. And he, out of nowhere, he blurts out, what the fuck? Calm down, serial killer. What the
all of a sudden he went from like nice kind of nerdy man to like psycho.
Because Strata wasn't playing.
But anyways, Murph, go ahead. Give us some general thoughts.
I was very, very impressed. I thought that for their age and how long they've been doing it, they finished the show as strongly as they started. And I mentioned to you, Tommy, that just watching them, having watched them now, in my case, 6 times over the years, how strong they are as a band. Gene was just, as a bass player, he was solid the whole time. And I really was concerned when you guys were talking about some of the feedback about Paul. I thought the first 5 songs, he was awesome. And then, there were parts during the show where, you could tell, all right, this guy's in his 60s, but 95% of the time he was on key. And if he was getting any help, you couldn't really tell. But the crowd, the energy was just loving it. And it was a great time. I'm glad that you guys made me go. No regrets.
Yeah.
I like that you said we made you go, but that's okay.
We did. Yeah, we're like the Kiss bullies.
So, all right. Tom?
Well, one thing real quick about Mohegan Sun, and I didn't know about this because me, you, your daughter, or my wife, we didn't have our faces painted, okay?
Yeah.
But I didn't realize this until the next day, and I saw some feedback on Twitter, people going nuts on Mohegan Sun's official Twitter page.
Really?
They were making people wipe the makeup off their face. They were not allowing people with their faces painted to enter the arena.
Is that why I saw outlines?
Yes. Yep. Wow. There was some guy on Twitter who went nuts. He went right at them. He said, He said, I brought my 10-year-old son. It was his first Kiss concert. He was so excited to paint his face like Gene Simmons. We walk in, and somebody from security said, you got to wipe that off. We won't let you in. And I'm like, you got to be shitting me. That's the whole point of a Kiss show. Now, I don't remember seeing any of that at the Garden because I saw people. I think I saw people.
Yeah,
right,
there were a lot. Yeah.
Okay. So that must be some Mohegan Sun policy. People were bullshit. So,
well,
but I wonder, there were people. I could have sworn that I saw still some people with their faces painted inside.
I honestly don't remember at Mohegan.
I remember seeing the outlines, and I would be like, "Why the hell would you do that?"
That might be
without
that might
the
be
white.
It. Yeah, that might be it. So,
that's just awful.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's ridiculous. But anyway, general thoughts.
That's good for people to understand. Maybe some people, they are going to take the time to do that. They should call up their venue and find out in advance.
Yeah,
if I paint my face, you're going to make me wash it off?
Well, they should post it on the security or something like that, or a venue policy or something. But that was
every stadium is different. What I'm saying is people should take the initiative. If they're really going to go out and do that and something nice, and they're bringing their kid with them. Right. They should call around.
Yeah, but I've never. How many Kiss shows have we been to? That's automatic. They let you in. That's part of the party.
It only takes one.
No, I know. Yeah, I know. I concur with pretty much everything Murph said. This was my 18th Kiss concert. Okay, Mohegan was my 17th. Boston was the 18th. And we saw them 2 years ago on the Freedom to Rock tour, which was terrific.
Yeah.
We saw them. The Def Leppard tour, blah, 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 all this. For me, this was the best Kiss concert that I have seen since the reunion tour. The stage was absolutely everything that they talked about. When Paul and Gene, we know Paul and Gene, this is going to be the most unbelievable stage. It's going to be something that you've never seen before. Mm-hmm. It was something that we've never seen before, I think. The way the pyro was firing from the sides, from the front,
you could feel that heat where we were.
How the hell did poor Eric Singer not melt? Stuff going on.
I actually have that down on my notes about how on earth, especially when we were at the Garden, we were dead center behind the mixing booth. Yep. So we were at the exact opposite end of that pyro, and we could feel the heat. They had to have done something for Eric, for some kind of protection for Eric.
It goes out to the side. So we felt it more in Mohegan.
Oh, God, yeah.
Because we had a side view from Mohegan.
Yep.
Sidecar.
But the sound, musically, the band was just, Eric and Tommy are just, holy shit. They are just unbelievable. Paul still bringing it. His voice, like Murph said, his voice had a couple issues, nothing, like you said, he's almost 70. Gene's still prowling around the stage, like menacing, Go ahead, Murph. You're going to say something.
No, I actually thought Gene sounded awesome when he was singing. Like, he knows his range. Yep. And granted, he doesn't have to hit the notes that Paul tries to go for.
Yep.
So Gene was in step the whole time. And even when he was singing I Was Made for Loving You, Paul knew when to let the crowd take the higher notes.
Absolutely.
But there were a couple times I think Paul just was caught up in the moment and you'd hear it a little bit, but overall he was great.
Yeah. So another general kind of observation from Mohegan and Boston. It's obviously an older crowd. Okay, it's Kiss. But I was blown away, more so at Mohegan than Boston. I was blown away at the amount of people sitting for huge portions of the show. When we were at Mohegan, it was in the middle of the show. I looked up. There was an entire section. You would have thought these people were watching a movie in a theater. I couldn't believe it. And also at Mohegan, we noticed, and I did not really see this at Boston, tons of people left before the encore at Mohegan.
Yeah, when he was like, "Good night,"
and people actually
see you later.
Yeah, people actually left.
Shithead, where's rock and roll all night?
People actually left. I'm like, have these people never been to a concert? They don't understand the concept of an encore? So, just some general observations. And one specific observation about Mohegan, Zeus, we specifically didn't talk about this.
Yep.
And now we're going to.
Go ahead.
When that fan gave the New York Yankees jersey to Paul Stanley, Murph, we didn't tell you this. So Connecticut, where Mohegan is, it's kind of between the middle of Yankee country and Red Sox country. Okay, yep. It's closer to Boston country.
Funny how most of them are Pats fans now.
Right. So at the very end of the show, near the end of the show, somebody in the front row threw up a Yankees pinstripe baseball jersey with Paul Stanley's name on the back. Paul Stanley puts the jersey on. Holy shit! You have never heard an arena boo,
really?
And you could visibly see Paul's face. Paul was like, "Oh shit!" And then Paul went on his little rant about how we're all Kiss fans and we're all a family.
We're on the same team.
Pretty much. And then he very subtly took the Yankees jersey off and threw it back into the crowd. But I thought
Paul
that was
Stanley sweat.
Oh yeah.
And it reminds me of, what was it, Rock the Nation?
Yep. It was
they had the Instant Live CD.
It was the Rock the Nation tour. Yep.
And what are you chugging down beers over there, Murph? Somebody just opened the door and handed him a beer, another one.
Murph's getting freaking room service during the friggin' episode.
Texting one of his kids, "Hey, bring Dad a drink."
I'm just doing my Ace Frehley.
Oh my God. Anyways,
reminds
me of that concert where I have it because I have the CD and I love listening to it still to this day. And Paul's like, people, we're from right down the street, New York.
Ooh.
And all of a sudden, and he had no idea what the hell is that. People are booing him. He's like, but we love Boston. It's like, what the fuck?
And then the other half boos.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So
real quick, I got a list of like little anecdotes here just before we get into this. So this is another quick Mohegan thing.
Yeah.
So Zeus and I are walking in with his daughter and my wife. We're walking in after we get in. We're heading towards the merch booth, and it was a mess. It was crowded. And I said to Zeus, because for people that listened to our last week's episode, our Peter Criss Spectacular, I said to Zeus, I said, do you know, ever since we recorded that episode, I have "Don't Let Me Find You," like "I'm Gonna Love You" from the Peter Criss solo album. All of a sudden, some guy, I could see Zeus laughing already. Some guy comes up to us. He goes, "Hey, were you just singing 'I'm Gonna Love You' from the Peter Criss solo album?"
Don't let me find you.
I said, "Holy shit,
man!
What are the odds that the one guy would hear us singing 'I'm Gonna Love You'?" Just awesome stuff.
I was just listening to that. I joked with you that somebody was going to hear it on the other side and repeat the lyric back.
Yep. And within 5 minutes, some guy goes, "Hey, was that 'I'm Gonna Love You' from the Peter Criss solo album?"
Oh, only Kiss fans.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. So before we get into Kiss, let's all talk. Murph, you were there. You saw it in Boston. Zeus, we saw it twice.
Mm-hmm.
The painter.
The unemployed painter. He paints his toenails, paints everything.
What'd you think?
He did a good job. Look, the guy's obviously talented.
Yeah.
I felt he was going to get booed out of the place in Boston.
I thought so
Mohegan,
too.
I thought, would appreciate him. I thought the Garden fans, the Boston fans, would boo the hell out of him, but they didn't.
No, it was great, and that was actually my son really got a kick out of that because my son's into. He's kind of an art kid, like drawing and stuff. So when he saw that, he was blown away by. And you're right, the guy is extremely talented, and he has a special skill. And we said months ago, we're like, what the hell? What are they doing? But I was surprised myself. I enjoyed it at Mohegan and at Boston. I thought it was good.
my daughter's like your son. She likes it. She loved him.
Yeah.
She thought it was so interesting in seeing it.
Yep.
Yeah, the guy's talented, and he donates the last one to charity.
Yep.
So, they probably told him to come on board. He gets a little thing. He gets his name out there. They donate to charity.
Yep.
It works, I guess,
Murph, you're laughing right now. Go ahead.
I was waiting in line for chicken fingers the whole time. I missed the whole thing.
Oh, Jesus. Well, how were the chicken fingers?
They were delicious.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and we're only kidding. Just the painter, and it's my favorite Jerky Boy skit. So and it was the unemployed painter, but God bless the guy. He does okay.
Yep.
Would I rather have seen an awesome band? Yeah, but my dream was always to have like either Ace's band or Bruce Kulick's band, something Kiss-centric, play the songs that they're not going to play, like Bruce's band does on the cruise. That would have been something special, because then everybody feels satisfied that you played some of the non-makeup era stuff. They were still great songs, but you know what? Another lifetime. Who knows?
Yeah.
So can I ask you guys a question?
Go ahead. Absolutely.
Do you think at any point over the 45 years, Gene ever pulled Paul aside and said, Paul, you could actually just talk to the crowd? You don't have to be like Reverend Brown from Coming to America?
Yeah, great point, Murph. Great observation.
And
go ahead.
Look at these contestants.
Go ahead, Murph. Give us your
awareness pageant.
Give us your thoughts.
It's laughing. I feel like it's Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
Like getting ready to give just a sermon.
Yeah.
But it's I don't know if he's doing it seriously or if he's
he believes
kind of hamming it up on. Yeah.
The worst was the friggin' intro to Calling Dr. Love. We got climate change. We got global warming. It's hot and then it's cold. People getting sick. People getting rock and roll pneumonia. So we gotta call out Dr. Love. I'm like, you couldn't have just said this next one's off Rock and Roll Over? What the fuck? We got global warming. Settle down, Paul.
Or Paul does his whole, this side? No, let's go to this side. Dude, you've been doing that for 30 fucking years. All right, we get it.
Terrible. Yeah, it's terrible.
Anyways, so what other thoughts?
I don't know. I say we get into the set list and kind of go down and see if we have any specific, things from the show that we want to talk about. All right. So obviously, the most exciting part of any Kiss concert, for me at least, is when the lights go down and you hear that low rumble. The curtain is in front of the stage,
and you see them walking. Now they have the video of them walking.
Yep. Now, you can call me cynical. That's not live.
No, it's the same. I noticed it's the same thing, because when you guys played it from the other night, he's tapping at the same guy that wears an LA Dodgers hat. It was the same exact thing.
Yeah, it's a pre-recorded thing, and I'll tell you right now, and I don't want to sound like a dick, but I've heard people say, "Oh, look at that! That's so cool! They're walking out of the locker room." I wanted to turn around and go, "Nah, that's a fucking video, people. That's not live."
Yeah, that's not the Garden.
I mean, it looks
and Paul
awesome.
does that. Woo! Kick too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a cool function. It's a cool feature. It's definitely cool. And then you hear them say, "All right, Boston, you wanted the best." The curtain drops. And I'll tell you right now, that intro may be better than the reunion tour intro. That curtain drops, and then the three of them are coming down from the ceiling.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like something you would have had on a live too.
Yeah, I mean, my wife and my son, when at the show, they both looked at me and they're like, that could have been like the finale. Mm-hmm. Like all the pyro that they used on that one song, Detroit Rock City. I mean, that was like a finale, It was just mind-blowing, that right there.
Yeah. And you can see the energy when the camera comes up to Gene, and Gene's going nuts. His tongue is out there.
Yep.
Paul's doing I don't even know how to describe it. His little skippity little hoppy thing that he does.
He did his little bimbly bobbly boobly. Yeah, and then everybody's all excited, and then you hear Paul go, Boston! I'm like, oh, here we go.
You get over because you did that. You said that to me the other day. And this is so obscure. It's from the old Dana Carvey show.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then I look over to Gene, and Gene's going, blee.
And that's how we came up with Let It Be.
That's how we came up with Let It Be.
So Detroit Rock City, awesome opener. I was thinking that they would do Deuce just as a throwback to, I mean, we knew the set list before, obviously. We knew the set list, but so then they go into Shout It Out Loud. Awesome as usual, right? Yep. Nothing really specific or like, I mean, they didn't really have any like special, things for that. They just kind of went right into it.
Yeah.
And then they go right into Deuce. I mean, that's a trifecta for the ages to start off a show. So what do you think of an intro like that? Those three songs right there, right off the bat.
Well, obviously the people that have seen the show a few times, the people that haven't, when they do Deuce is when the background changes and they start showing all the clips. And what's awesome about that is when they do the whole Deuce dance.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they showed all eras, even including one without makeup, and Bruce is doing it with them. So the original San Francisco gig, Winterland there with Ace. It was just awesome.
Very, very well put together video.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was the way that everybody loves that Deuce, that dance. And like you said, the way they choreographed it with that background video from all eras.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, generally speaking, I thought the background videos that they threw in, I thought that was pretty cool.
Very, very.
However,
go ahead.
One thing I want to point out.
Yeah.
I noticed that's the beginning of the part of the concert when you start noticing fucking Tommy's good.
Oh.
When he's playing Deuce, right? In the solos and stuff.
Yeah. Let's take a minute to talk about that.
So here's how I looked at it.
Okay.
I'm like, Paul and Gene have so much invested in this. So much is everything. Like their legacy, their stuff. This is the last tour, everything. They got to look over at one point when they're playing and Tommy's going nuts on Deuce, the solo, and just be like, thank God it's Tommy. Like, they don't have to worry about his playing. They don't have to worry about that he's going to say before the show, hey, I want to make a little more money. They don't have to worry about, is he going to come home shit-faced? Does he know the notes? Is he too old? He just goes. They must be like, with him, and then we could talk about Eric the same way. Like, they don't have to worry about them. They're like, they make it so that Paul and Gene can play the last 10, 15 years. That's how I see it.
Zeus,
those guys being there have made it. If the other guys are up there, and God bless Peter, I love him, and, Ace, they look like they're a band in their 70s.
Go ahead, Murph.
Zeus, you know what? And I'll make the reference because I know they're another big band of yours. He kind of reminds me of Joe Walsh from the Eagles. He is so thankful to be in that band and will do whatever's asked. And I mean, even with like Joe Walsh, he got cleaned up. But with Tommy, he was really, really, really good. And I think he was probably the best performer that night.
Yeah, no doubt. Each song, and as we go down the set list, we'll kind of talk about it, but if you're a fan of guitar players, if you're a fan of a guy who can riff and a guy who can shred and a guy who can solo, you are getting that all with Tommy Thayer. I mean, you are getting a guy. I mean, holy shit. I mean, and then we've seen Kiss before with Tommy Thayer multiple times.
Yeah.
I don't know if, it kind of comes back to what we were talking about the other day with Jericho. These guys still practice every day.
Yeah.
Every day. And it
every
shows.
Damn night.
Yeah. Oh,
every damn night.
On
the
telephone? This boy talking about on the telephone, man. All right. So,
anyways, but you made an excellent point.
Go ahead.
I've heard Ace recently say in an interview and stuff, I don't need to practice. There you go, buddy. And that's why you're playing Stonehill's gym and Tommy's over there playing.
And we mentioned this earlier on a couple episodes way back when we were talking about the band in general. Kiss, right now, they're a precision band. And you're getting that precision from Eric and Tommy. I mean, you are
way would the other two be able to keep up with this.
Oh, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Look at that. Look at these solos. Again, we'll go down the set list. Tommy was on fire from start to finish. It's like he got better as the show went on. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, all right. So after Deuce, okay, here we go. Now, anybody who's been listening to our show from the intro episode all the way along, Zeus and I have said we're huge Kiss fans. We love the band. We've grown up with them. We're honest about the band. We're going to tell you the things we love. We're going to tell you the things we don't love. And we're going to criticize the band when they deserve criticism.
Mm-hmm.
I have repeatedly said since I found out that this song was on the set list that I think it's a mistake.
Bathroom break.
I love Say Yeah. It's truly one of my favorite modern era Kiss songs. Okay. That was a fucking dud for me. It really was.
A dud. I thought it was awesome.
Okay.
I thought it was awesome.
Okay.
I love how, first of all, it's got the whole part. Paul is the king of those hooks. It's got that hook.
You know what the problem is?
The crowd to go say, yeah. You know, I thought it was awesome. The song's a great song too.
The problem I had with it was when they performed it, like it felt like it was just down. It felt like everybody was. And I said this earlier. I said the song is not. I mean, you go from Detroit Rock City to Shout It Out Loud to Deuce to Say Yeah. It's like pulling the plug.
No.
I just and again I am on record as saying I honestly love that song. When it comes on shuffle on my phone, I listen to it. I really did not enjoy it. Now, Murph, you're not familiar with it, so coming from an outside observer who's not even familiar with it, what did you think?
That was the first point of the show where I sat down.
Okay.
And looking back at the set list, I would have rather have seen I Stole Your Love.
Oh, don't even get me going with that. Don't even get me.
I will get you going, and here's why.
Oh, okay.
What's the big thing that Paul said? We want to do what?
All eras.
So, Tommy and Eric have been in the band for how long? At the least 10 years?
Well, Eric's been in the band since 92, not counting the reunion, but yeah.
Yeah, but you get my point.
Yeah.
So, they don't have one song where they originated?
Why couldn't you have played Hello Hallelujah? That's an upbeat, kick-ass rocker.
Catchy. That song's more catchy.
I
maybe they like it better.
No, I know. Well, obviously they do. I just have a problem with it, and I said this last week. They got rid of Hide Your Heart. I'm telling you, Say Yeah is not going to make it. It's going to get pulled.
They're going to keep it because they got to play something from those eras. Out of respect to those guys, they want to play something.
But then
even
replace.
Our buddy Jimmy loves that song.
Okay, no.
You don't like that song. It's a catchier song. Is my point.
Zeus, I'll say it again. I truly like the song very much. I do, but I would rather see put in Modern Day Delilah, put in Hello Hallelujah. There's other songs that
after a while you'll say the same thing though.
What do you mean?
Meaning that's a little bit lower than the other song.
Not Hello Hallelujah.
Look at the songs it's following though.
True.
So even if you put 100,000 years in that section.
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay, but that would be the letdown too.
Right.
It's
I know what you mean.
Not as strong as those other songs. It's still a good song. You're gonna have a letdown after.
No, I know. And
I think maybe you might have a point and say maybe that's not the right place for it. But at some point, there's going to be a song that dips down from those other highs.
You're right. I think you know what it is. I think the dip was too dramatic for me. I think it was too dramatic. So you're right. Maybe the placement was the problem. Maybe
Yeah.
But yeah. So next you got the fan favorite. I Love It Loud. Which
is it a fan favorite? Didn't do well in our poll.
Yeah. Holy shit. That was a number 3 seed. Got its ass kicked in the first round of our tournament.
Ass is kicked by a bunch of goddamn nerds.
That's a song. I prefer it live.
And it goes like this.
Yeah, Gene knocked it out of the park. We haven't talked about this yet, so this will be probably the first time where I really enjoyed it. But those screen pods, and especially where our seats were, like I said earlier, we were dead center, kind of behind the mixing board, so we had a straight on view of that.
You say, hey, is there a mixer this weekend?
But those pods came down and they made them look like thumping, like subwoofers, like as Gene sang.
Here's a little thing I want to ask you about.
Yeah.
I like it. And I know it's something simple and stupid where they want the crowd to participate.
Yeah.
You notice how they went, Say Yeah had yeah on the board.
Yep.
Right on the screen.
Oh, and they did it.
Love It Loud.
Yep.
Did the same thing. Which
they did it with.
I didn't even realize they did that in the past.
They did it with.
I didn't notice it.
Yeah. That was good. Murph, is that are you into that? Some people are kind of sick of that song or don't even like it to begin with. What do you think?
I Love It Loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's in their playlist. It's not one of my personal favorites. Okay. You know, that's another one where I would have preferred seeing something else from the early years, but it's always going to get played.
Yeah,
I love the song, and then after I saw it on Kiss Exposed, when they show the video of them playing in Brazil and Gene's doing the hand, and there's like 100,000 people jumping up and down, going up and down to that. It made me just fall in love with it even more.
Yeah, Gene's got to have his 3 or 4 songs, so that's got to be one of it.
And it's better for the band that he does.
Absolutely, no doubt. And that's a song that gets the crowd into it. I mean, even if it's not your favorite, you can't help but get into it, you know.
And he didn't fuck up the lyrics this time.
No, oh my God! At both shows. Both shows he nailed it because I was holding my breath for that cringe where he was going to screw up the verses. I'm like, oh, don't do it.
Yeah, Archie and Edith in front of us like that song.
Oh.
I'm saving it for the encore part to talk about those people.
All right. So next we go down. We got Heaven's on Fire. Okay. I love the song. This is the rare occasion I do not like the live version.
Did that work? So you want to talk about Say Yeah not working? That fell flat.
Yes, agreed.
I agree. Yep.
I
didn't even notice that it was playing. It was just like...
I agree.
Because he doesn't do that... Yeah.
But even musically, it was almost like a... The rhythm of the song was kind of disjointed compared to the CD version of it. You're right. And I think the fact that all three of us are agreeing that kind of fell flat, I think that says a lot, you know?
It just, it didn't.
Go ahead.
It doesn't work. One of our awesome listeners brought that up about, you know, songs with the makeup and them playing. It looked even more out of place.
You know, it's funny you say that, Murph. I don't know if you remember this on one of the episodes. We had one of our listeners' Twitter followers bring up a question that I actually never even thought of. Mm-hmm. Do you have an issue with non-makeup songs being performed while the band is in makeup? Does that affect your enjoyment of the song or no? No. Okay.
I've seen them without.
I'm not affecting it, but it looked different. It doesn't feel right.
I know what you mean.
We've seen them without makeup. Keep the makeup on whenever you can.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's true.
Hide some of those wrinkles in their neck too.
All right, so then we start hitting a hot streak. In my opinion, we got War Machine next. Now Murph is gesturing violently right now. Go ahead, Murph.
I think the reason why I've never liked this song is the video going on behind. You had the Game of Thrones Star Wars thing going on.
Now that is hilarious because my son loved that. The flaming dragon, the guy with the like assault rifle. My son's 14 and he was like,
but they've
so
done
what does that
stuff
mean?
Like
because
that.
I do too. I'm a 14-year-old.
Go ahead, Murph.
But over the years, they've had stuff like that. I remember when we saw them down in Mansfield. Yeah. They had like skull and crossbow.
Always.
It's just if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't mind the song, but it's just annoying. I'm seeing this fire-breathing dragon, and then they look like Star Wars troopers. And it just
droids
didn't do it for me.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Did the Jedi mind trick on him.
Yeah.
I heard you did some jokes about me. No, you didn't. Maybe I did.
Maybe I didn't. So then that's when. Oh, go ahead, Zeus. Sorry.
So I was gonna say, it's not the same background that when we saw them on the last tour.
No, it's different. Yep.
It's different. Last tour had like an army of them.
Yes.
Like these droids, and somebody was like leading them into battle. Oh, it was awesome. And they didn't have the siren. They had something at the end, but it wasn't the old fire truck side. Woo! They didn't have that.
Right.
So it was a little bit different, but I love it. I love that video.
And that's when Gene comes out with his sword thing and does the fire breathing.
And my bid of like $80,000, I lost to buy it.
Yeah, Murph, did you know that every tour, Gene is selling those?
What, the sword?
Yeah, $10,000.
You can buy it.
Yeah. I'm good.
This is a good time.
Sorry, honey, I don't have money for your tuition this semester.
Hey, Michael, do you mind if I pull you out of Catholic school for 1 year? Daddy has to buy a sword.
Sir Lancelot.
Yeah.
Hey, honey, we need a new car. No, we don't. We need a fucking sword first.
Tommy, you haven't even touched that sword. It's just sitting in the closet. Leave it alone.
I'll stab you with it.
Man arrested in New Hampshire for chasing a community with a burnt-out sword.
All right, here we go. Here comes one that Zeus likes. Right. All right. There's a few songs on this set list that the live versions I prefer better and vice versa. This is a song where I actually really enjoyed the live version because the studio version I think sucks.
Agreed.
And that's Lick It Up.
Yep.
Murph is agreeing in the back. Go ahead, Murph. What were you saying?
No, I wholeheartedly agree. It was awesome live. Do not like it on the album.
Yeah, I think the riff comes across a lot thicker and heavier, like the live version of it. I just enjoyed it a lot more. Zeus, this is weird to me. I don't understand. Why do they do the little "Won't Get Fooled Again" interlude?
They always do that, don't they?
I don't know. That makes no. That's weird. Kiss is not a cover band.
I know they've been doing that late though. The "Won't Get Fooled Again" or "Rock and Roll." I always think of that. They always have that somewhere in there.
I don't get it. That was just weird. That was just a weird thing.
For a while, they did a whole lot of love in the middle of one of their songs too.
Okay.
So I don't know. I love "Lick It Up." I think it's one of the best riffs.
I know you love it.
And the crowd got into it.
Yeah, they did. That was definitely a good one. I was happy with that.
Oh yeah.
And then Paul does his little rant about global warming and climate change. and then he introduces Calling Dr. Love. And like I said earlier, I was pleasantly surprised when my son looked at me and goes, "This is my favorite Kiss song." I'm like, holy shit, how did I not know that?
Yeah.
Now, this was famous because it replaced Hide Your Heart. They yanked Hide Your Heart and they put Calling Dr. Love in. And now, Zeus, you had an interesting comment during the show. You looked at me and you said, "Look at the crowd. You're not getting this with Hide Your Heart."
Yeah.
You know? Right. And I think that it kind of explains why they pulled Hide Your Heart.
Yeah. And then there was a part at the end where Gene goes, "And you know why?"
Oh, God. Yeah. Murph, Calling Dr. Love, fan favorite or no?
Oh, big time fan favorite.
I thought so. I remember you liking that one a lot.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Now, Murph, were you aware that got placed after the first few shows? They pulled Hide Your Heart.
Yeah, no, hey, Tito's king of the streets, but this song should have been in it. So
Didn't
I was glad.
The other day I was listening to some old podcast, and Jericho was on a podcast, and he said, "Well, you're gonna have a song like Hide Your Heart, you're gonna replace it with Calling Dr. Love." That was like 3 years ago.
I know,
and he nailed it.
Yep, that's true. Wow. Now, talking about falling flat. 100,000 years.
Should have been better.
Love it. The crowd seems to love it.
Murph, would you say I'm sorry?
Should have been better.
Yeah. Well, here's the problem for me personally.
Here's the problem,
jerky. I've actually never been a big fan of that. I think it's kind of a plodding song that never really goes anywhere for me. I don't know. Zeus, if I recall correctly, maybe it was, I don't know if you said something to me or maybe I imagined it. Were you not a fan of this?
No, I said to you that I think they play it as throwing a bone to the drummer, Eric, since he can do a solo.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason it's there, so the solo can go on.
Okay.
And it's a kind of a wink for a live fans.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was one of the songs where it was clear Paul wasn't able to hit the notes.
Yes, Murph, I think I remember you saying that too, because that's a song that requires, because, I'm sorry too, there's a lot of that high, powerful.
And that's why the only reason they play it, I think, is for the drum solo and drumming.
All right. Well, talk to us about the drum solo. What'd you think?
Do I have to? Okay. I hate drum solos. I don't give a shit what they're doing. It doesn't. No drum solo is worth it to me.
Murph?
I didn't like. And also, last thing, there was a little bit of the Peter Criss drum solo from Alive in there.
Yes, there was.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say it went about 90 seconds too long.
Agreed. At first, I love it. I'm a sucker for drum solos, drummers in general. I love drum solos. Eric Singer, holy shit, fucking unbelievable. I mean, unbelievable start to finish. The drum solo was awesome. Murph, you hit the nail on the head. About a minute and a half, 2 minutes too long.
Yep.
We get it. And you don't need to dry off your arms with your rag during your fucking drum solo.
The fire's been going. There's no moisture.
But I thought, I thought the only thing that came out of that for me was the drum solo. The song itself, weak, weak. Now, here we go. Cold Gin.
That picked it up, huh?
Holy shit.
Crowd got into that one.
I mean, that song is awesome to begin with, but live, and then that's when you get Tommy Thayer's guitar solo, and when he's shooting the rockets out of his thing, and he's just
playing Space Invaders. Shooting the stuff down.
Well, Murph, you good segue into my next point. Do people have a problem with that? Is that too Ace-ish?
I don't have a problem with it.
No, I'm not. No, I don't care either. I don't care either. But
the ones that did weren't at that show.
I mean, right. I mean, you're gonna get people like Stewart. We refer to him as Stewart. Shooting the rockets out of the guitar, having the graphics in the background with the Space Invaders and shit. I don't have a problem with it. I thought it was fucking great. I loved it.
Yep.
And I thought that solo was ridiculous. He was just so good, so good.
And being someone, you guys are much bigger fans, I was actually hoping that the guitar would incinerate at the end like had it.
Like, yep.
I would have been fine with that.
Like the smoke bombs and everything.
And then he hangs it up on the thing and it comes up in the ceiling.
Yep. Next, one of the great fan favorites, another example of a song that I'm not really a fan of on the LP. How old am I? Live version, God of Thunder.
Oh!
There we go. Zeus, go first.
So we saw it at Mohegan. When we saw it at Mohegan, we're up top high on the side.
Yep.
Way different seeing it at the Garden straight on and being able to see the pods.
Yeah. Murph.
Badass.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that was cool.
Yeah.
That's always been my favorite Gene one.
Yeah. Now here's the thing about I keep saying here's the thing.
Here's the thing, jerky. Yeah.
Now you're right. Now Zeus, you hit the nail on the head. We were on the upper level to the side at Mohegan, okay? At the Garden we were straight on. Are they aware that those pods only work when you're looking at them straight on? Because when we were at Mohegan,
what are they going to do though?
No. I know. Now, I'm going to be the dissenting opinion here in all this, okay? Hold on. I thought Gene spitting the blood and being brought up onto the elevator thing there, he's not being hoisted up like he used to be. He's now going up on the platform.
By the way, now you're making me think.
Go ahead.
Should we give it a spoiler alert? Tell people who haven't seen the show.
Too late. Good point. We're halfway through the set list.
And Kevin Spacey's Kaiser Soze.
Oh, Murph, nice.
That's nice.
Good one. And Bruce Willis is dead the entire time.
Thanks.
So this might be, like I said, dissenting opinion. I love God of Thunder, and one of the things that I love about it when they perform it live is Gene being flown up to the top, and those.
And you like the
those fucking pods. All it was Gene's face.
Oh my God, that was awesome.
Oh, see, I thought it was stupid. I didn't like it.
Are you kidding me? That bloody face when he's saying it, and then especially when that middle part or the robot part, I am the Lord of the Wasteland.
Okay, I liked it.
God, that looked awesome.
I liked it for photograph's sake. I took a picture of it, and it looked great. But it was too friggin' distracting for me. I couldn't. And then the screen behind him with the bloody mouth saying, "I'm like, okay."
Yeah.
And I'm surprised Gene is allowing that because no one's looking at Gene.
I know. I agree.
I couldn't even see him up there.
It was hard to. It was hard to, yeah.
Murph, go ahead.
No, I agree. It was you kept looking at that and you weren't watching Gene, who was actually performing. And
right. And Zeus, I don't know. You just said something. Maybe you're right. I don't know if it was the way that the pod things were set up. I felt like Gene was up too high. like
he was up in the rafters,
right, exactly.
Hanging out with Bobby Orr's retired jersey.
I was going to say he was hanging out with Losky, the friggin' whatever the friggin' sign is.
No, he was up there hanging out with John Havlicek's jersey retirement for the
Okay. Another thing I'm going to say about God of Thunder. Spitting blood into the fucking towel and then throwing. Oh, yeah. Come on. Really? You're hawking a loogie. You can hear him in the microphone. Goes.
He was drooling throughout the show. Does he have too much moisture? I'm serious. He was at certain points. He's singing, and this drool was coming out. And I don't know if it's from the blood. If there's just
no, you're right. But I don't know if it's. I looked at that as like sweat, like when an athlete, like a football player or something, is like sweating. I don't know. But you're right. It looked like he was like. It was like like.
If I didn't know any better, and I know you guys aren't going to like this, but I'd say, get the fucking cock out of your mouth and spit that shit out. What the fuck is coming out of your mouth?
Murph's Murph's trying not to laugh right now.
And this is why we don't record with our kids around. I can't understand a word you're saying. I'm the what are you spitting out shit? Get that fucking cock out.
No, and then he goes and then hawks a big blood booger into a towel. And he's like, and then he looks at, oh yeah. I'm like,
he's a Kool-Aid man.
Oh yeah. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
It's on Kiss Online for $45 now. That towel.
Honestly, Murph, I would not be surprised. Blood-stained loogie cloth,
as my daughter would say, fruit juice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
next,
I thought it was awesome.
Here's another example of a song that I'm not a huge fan of, but live with the graphics and everything, Psycho Circus.
I'm not a fan of the song at all. Never mind. I don't care where you put it.
Zeus, I know you hate it. Murph, you shaking your head a little?
Yeah. Didn't Paul say at the beginning, you're going to like this?
Pretty much.
You're going to like it or not.
I think that was a song that actually benefited from the graphics.
Yeah, I like the graphics part of the whole whatever the fucking... The Psycho Circus stupid shit they had up there.
But that was an interesting song. We noticed that, again, indicative of Paul's voice, Tommy and Eric sang the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
So when he's like, you're in the side, that was not Paul. That was Tommy and Eric taking over.
Stop. And to conserve his voice, it's the smart way to do. You don't need him. I don't need him to. The other guys can handle that part.
Oh, no. I'm not.
His voice, right?
Yeah, I'm not criticizing. I totally agree. Yeah, it was a smart move.
Absolutely.
Smart move. Next, we got another song that I'm not a huge fan of. And for some reason, it's kicking everyone's ass in the friggin' tournament that we're doing. Let Me Go Rock and Roll.
That guitar on that song is insane. Tommy rips it on that song. Oh, it's just insane.
Yeah. Tommy was the star of the show with this song. I mean, Murph, what do you think? Are you a fan of this song to begin with or no?
It's okay, but I thought they played a great during the show, and like you said, it was another example of Tommy being the star of the night.
Yeah, no, definitely. Now
another example of let Gene have an extra song more than he usually has.
Yeah, I know. Now, I think it was during "Let Me Go Rock and Roll." There was a point during the song where they weren't necessarily doing like a solo, but like Gene just started like noodling around with his bass.
What was he doing?
He was going biddly biddly bobbity. And that's how I came up with "Let Me Go Rock and Roll." No, but do you remember? Do you remember what? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he's like scatting around on the bass.
Right, like the song was kind of going along. Tommy was like burning it up with his guitar, and then all of a sudden, it was like he was tuning his bass in front of the crowd. Like, do you remember what I'm talking about, Murph? You don't remember?
Yeah, no, I do. I have no idea what was going on at that point.
Okay, good, because that's my point. I'm like, I looked at Zeus, and I looked at my son because my son looked at me. He's like, What is happening right now? Like, it's like the song, like they took a break to like tune their friggin' guitars. I don't know. It was weird.
We were like the dogs in Goodfellow. Hey, one's looking one way, one's looking the other. He's like, what do you want from me?
Great reference, Murph. Great reference.
That's what.
Okay. All right. Next, we were super excited about this because we were about.
Right.
Well, he told me we were about what 5-8 rows behind. So everybody who's seen this, Paul flies out into the crowd and there's a platform for him to stand on. We posted some pictures on our Twitter. I actually did a Facebook.
Been doing this for years. Why are you saying it as though like no one knows? Yeah.
No, because I was excited because he did it right in front of us.
He shook his love gun right in your face.
He totally did. He did.
Yeah.
That song's fucking great. You can't get tired. I can't get tired of that song.
The crowd seems to love it.
Oh, the crowd.
And he doesn't do the chorus on it either. You notice?
That was the other thing. That was the other thing I was going to say too.
No need.
And then as far as the whole lip syncing argument goes, Paul was right in front of us. Like, I mean, right in front of us. I did not see. Again, I'm not denying any kind of vocal enhancement or backing or whatever, but he was singing.
Yeah.
Am I right? Am I right, Zeus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't think you could pull it off when he's on that stage alone.
The only time I wondered a little bit was when they did the next song.
When they did I Was Made for Loving You.
There was I got a feeling a couple times, because the volume and his tone and his pitch, everything changed.
Now, during the chorus or during like
during that time, I can't get enough.
Oh yeah. Oh, he wasn't hitting those notes.
Yeah, it just, and he seemed like he was so close to the mic where you couldn't even see.
Absolutely,
what he was doing, but who cares?
Oh no, I know.
Like somebody that looks for that is looking to not have a good time.
Absolutely,
would rather be right about something stupid than just go and have a good time.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just bringing it up because we're bringing it up.
Anytime you can get the crowd to go doo doo doo, you win.
And I go doo 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 doo. All right, and then for me personally,
right,
the star of the show.
Did we talk about the song at all?
What, I Was Made for Loving You?
Yeah,
we just did.
You like it?
Liked it. I loved it.
Look. The thing with I Was Made for Loving You. Okay, I'm just gonna say I like the studio version because I like the disco-fied version of it. When they play it live, it's a rock song. Yeah. I still like it, but it's not. It's one song that absolutely does not translate well live. It just doesn't because of the way it was recorded. I like it. I like it because it's I Was Made for Loving You, but you give me the studio 10 times out of 10. I knew they were gonna play it, but I just. What, you disagree? You like it anyway?
No, I like it live better. I think it sounds like a rock song. That's why I like it better.
Okay. All right, cool. And then we get to the fake ending of the show, which was for me, my personal, this was the best part of the concert for me. Black Diamond. Holy shit. I mean, I don't know. I've been a Kiss fan for my entire life, and I know Black Diamond inside and out. I don't know if it's this tour or what. All of a sudden, this song is like becoming like my favorite Kiss song. I don't know what it is.
We all go through it. We change all the time. Eric does a good job.
I know.
He doesn't do a Peter job.
No, I know. I guess.
And the song rocks. He does a good job. It's just.
Yep, go ahead.
It's not the same. So I liked it. I didn't love it.
That's my favorite song of the night.
Yeah. Now, Zeus, I totally agree with you. I guess I'm looking at it from a music angle.
Yeah.
With Eric's drums and, again, Tommy just absolutely just blowing it up with his guitar. But you're right. It's a different feel. Eric is good. Eric is definitely a good singer.
But that's an interesting point you say. If you're talking me the best musically, it's probably not is one of your least favorite songs. Let Me Go Rock and Roll as a band, watching them play that.
Yeah, agreed.
They're never as tight as that. I think it was better than Black Diamond. I don't think it's not even my favorite songs.
Yep.
But musically, the way they're all playing between the drums, the guitars, the rhythm, the bass, they were all into it. It was just awesome.
Yeah.
No way could they do that with the other guys.
No, I agree. I think you're right. Getting back to Let Me Go.
Ace could carry that live himself?
No way. No way. But here's something that I don't know if either one of you noticed. During Black Diamond, on the screen, they did a split screen with all 4 members.
Yeah.
So they had a camera on Paul, Gene, Eric, and Tommy. Did either of you notice that as the 4 split screens, they had each color from the solo album?
Yes.
You did see that?
Picture of it.
Did you?
Yeah, I have a nice picture of it. I told you.
I didn't see that. Murph, did you notice that?
Short-term memory is worse than mine, dude.
Okay. I actually didn't even notice that because they did it again, and I was like, holy shit. Eric was the green, Gene was the red, Paul was the purple, and Tommy was the blue.
Yeah, I took a photo of it.
Okay, I didn't see that. But I thought that was a nice little, for me, it was kind of a nice little subtle touch. I thought that was really awesome. All right, and then we got the all right. Then we got the good night. Everyone's like, was it you? Somebody said they heard people booing as if they thought the show was over. No. I thought I heard people like you never been to a freaking concert before. You don't understand. Yeah, you don't understand the idea of an encore.
Yeah, right. At Mohegan, some people were leaving.
Yeah, people actually
started. Nobody left.
Right. All right. So we got Beth. The floor opens up. The piano rises, and there's Eric. Thoughts?
What's the point? What's the point? He doesn't even it's nothing like Peter's version, and it's just a guy singing the song. He doesn't do a great job. He doesn't do a bad job. It's just a guy singing the song.
But I think for the female audience,
agreed. Yep, they're throwing a bone. They know it's a hit.
I hear you, but are you sitting there going, "Wow, he does such a great job on that"?
No, you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of something that you'd see like on American Idol, and I feel terrible as a Kiss fan saying something like that.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like. Another thing, and I'm saying this, I'm being completely honest. I'm not saying this to start shit. I'm actually asking: do you truly think that Eric was playing the piano?
No.
I think there is a 0% chance he was playing the piano. Yep. Zeus?
I don't know, and I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah.
But could he? Yeah. Is it that hard to play the piano on that?
You know why I care? And forgive me, I don't mean to go on like a Stewart rant here for a while. Peter never came out with a piano. He came out with the stool, the towel, the rose, the microphone, blah, blah, blah. I know why they did it. It's a throwback to one of their TV appearances from the 70s with the piano and the band, and then the band comes out and they all gather around the piano and they all do a round of applause for Eric. I get it. It was an homage to that classic TV thing. I just didn't like any of it. I didn't like any of it.
I don't know. You're right. They had to throw it in the set. They played Beth. Great.
It's the highest charting single they ever had.
Yeah, no, you're right. There's no way they're not going to play it on their farewell tour. We knew
they wanted to do something different, so they didn't want to. Maybe he's like, I don't want to copy it as much as Tommy gets accused of with Ace. So I want to do a different version. I don't want to come out and do me on it because that's Peter's thing. So I'll play it on the piano.
Okay.
And maybe he says, "Hey, I can play on the piano," and they're like, just to be safe, why don't you mime it on the piano?
Here's the thing. I would have appreciated this more if they just threw it in the middle of the regular set list. Don't waste my time putting it on an encore.
I agree. Yep. No, that makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Right in the middle of the set.
Have it go in the middle of the set, and you can give the rest of the guys a break for a few minutes. Then give me something different in the encore. So after Beth, this is stunning to me that this is in the encore. I love the song, so I'm thrilled to have it. But Do You Love Me? That is bizarre that that's in the encore. I've always loved the song. Probably might be, if not my favorite, one of my favorite songs off Destroyer. I find it amazing that it's in the encore. What do you think?
I Stole Your Love. Put it in there. I Stole Your Love is the first song of the encore, then go to Beth, then go to the last one.
I love you, Murph.
Yeah.
Well, we did share a bedroom together for 4 years. So.
Shh, quiet. Zeus, you look a little bummed.
I'm not like, it's all right. Like,
are you not a fan of
better off? Here's what I think. They were better off switching that with Shout It Out Loud. Make
Agreed.
Do You Love Me the second song.
Shout It Out Loud is always
Shout It Out Loud as the encore.
Correct. Yeah,
Right?
I mean, I like Do You Love Me? I actually don't even recall them ever performing it live when we've seen them. If they did, I don't remember.
You like how Gene does his fingers? You really like.
Yeah, I didn't mind.
7-inch.
Yeah, I like. But the thing that pissed me off here, they go seamlessly with no break. I don't know if you even picked up. They went right into Rock and Roll All Night.
Yeah, as though someone's like, "Hurry the fuck up! You're not gonna finish in time."
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm like, you know, I'm sitting there singing, you know, Do You Love Me, and all of a sudden I'm like, what the hell? There's no. Yep.
And all of a sudden, we got blasted with confetti. I think we were right in front of the machine.
We couldn't see the stage.
I actually have a picture. I'll actually post it. I might post it as like our episode photo or a teaser or, you know, a photo. You can barely see the word Kiss. You can see some of the K, and the rest of it is all. Michael took like a fistful of confetti. Michael,
I got a bag full of it. What are you talking about?
Sell it on eBay. Kiss confetti.
How many of you guys were brushing that shit off in your car the next day? Like, what the fuck? How did this get here?
I know.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Rock and Roll All Night? We've heard a bazillion times. What'd you think of those?
I noticed the crane more on Mohegan because Tommy came right like 2 inches from us with the crane.
Yes. Well, that's the thing. Mohegan is half the size of the Garden. So when those cranes came up, they came up right in front of those.
But we were also on the side. So when you're in the middle, we didn't notice it as we were like dead center in the middle in the back.
Yeah.
We didn't notice the cranes as much.
Yeah.
I was too busy trying to catch the balloon.
Oh, we did know you.
He had it, and he let it go, and he gave it to Edith and Archie in front. Oh, and that's the part of Do You Love Me? They were singing it to each other. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and then
Love Me, and they were pointing to each other and like shaking their shoulders like they're wild and crazy guys.
Yeah, and then
what was so annoying? It's like, Grandpa, fucking take your Viagra and take Grandma home and get the fuck out of here.
Get up and get your grandma out of here.
She looked like Mrs. Krabappel.
Yeah. It was kind of uncomfortable, like the sexual tension Grandpa and Grandma were doing to each other there. Meanwhile, Murph is getting ear fucked by Ned Flanders. His ears are bleeding. And
I'll tell you what.
He asked me, "Hey, when they playing Strutter?"
No,
I said, they don't. They're going to go into Do You Love Me and Rock Around. He goes, "What the fuck?" Calm down.
I'll tell you what, because we were so close to that confetti machine thing, and because I couldn't fucking hear Rock and Roll All Night. All I could hear was like I couldn't hear the friggin' song.
I did. I was yelling at Murph, "God, that fucking balloon!"
No, I had one of those balloons in my hand, and Murph knocked it out, and he goes, "What are you gonna do? Take it home?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh, Zeus, tell him about the guy. Tell him about the guy in the garage.
We'll talk about it afterwards, though, Murph.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. So, what are your final thoughts?
Look, I said it earlier. It was the most fun I've had at a Kiss show, honestly. Now, it could be because it was a mental thing that it's the end of the road, it's the finale thing. It was the most fun I've had at a show probably since the reunion, because I thought the stage set, I thought the pyro, the fireworks, the sparks, the pods, the screens, the set list, I said this earlier, it's not my favorite set list by any stretch. I've had better set lists. But for what it is, I loved it. I had a blast. I'm glad we went to 2 shows, and we might be going to more. Who knows?
I loved it. So the first I saw was the reunion. That was my first one.
Okay.
And to end it on this, the 2 best shows.
Yep, agreed.
There's no other show I've seen with them perform that they were better than this.
Yep.
So overall, like the production. The other thing, you notice how clear they sounded?
That was the other thing. I've heard other people talk about that.
Did you notice how, like, you don't usually when you go to a concert, you hear so much bass?
Yep.
This one was crystal clear.
Yep. There wasn't a lot of like feedback or distortion or too much guitar. It wasn't like too much bass, not enough guitar. It sounded whoever was mixing this show, it was great. It was great.
So I want to just add, like, they looked good.
Yep.
The stage looked good.
Yep.
They sang well. They performed unbelievable. Musically, they're as tight as ever.
Yep.
Paul can keep up rhythm guitar with anybody. Gene was amazing. Tommy is probably the best guitar playing I've heard in Kiss of all the concerts I've gone to.
Probably.
And Eric is just, flawless back there.
Yeah.
Overall, the song list was excellent because it could always, as much as we say, oh, I wish this and that, it could always be worse. I thought the songs are great. They hit most of them. Would I have liked to had a couple of other ones instead? Yeah, but they got all the ones I needed to hear.
Yep.
And, I can't say enough. It was just what a way to, if that's my last show, what a way to go out.
Yeah, it's amazing because you see these, you hear us and we love Kiss, but like we said last week, you see these reviews, these online reviews, the newspaper reviews, everybody, even people that aren't Kiss fans, everybody. My son, 14 years old, never seen Kiss, likes them partly because I like them. He loved it. The ride home, he was telling his mom about it the next day. He loved it. He loved the music. I mean, it was great. It was very, very impressive because I think we went into this end of the road tour kind of sketchy. Paul's voice, what are they going to sound like? These guys are old.
Could you imagine what kind of a miserable fuck you have to be to walk out of that show and be like, oh, this sucked. Oh, I think he was lip singing. Or that Tommy's ripping off Ace. Dude, you are a miserable fuck if you see that show and that's what you walk away with. Well, that's not my cup of tea. They lost me back in when they did the Stop the Farewell. Like, shut the fuck up.
Well, I'm going to read you a text from a friend of mine. I'm not going to name him.
Okay.
I'm going to read you a text from a friend of mine who went to the Tuesday show at the Garden.
Is it Kissel?
Nope.
Action Jackson?
Kiss fan.
Is it 70s guy?
Nope. This was his text.
Is it Michael Cripps?
This was his text. I asked him what he thought of the show. He said, it was okay. Crowd was terrible and dead. The band sounded okay. I hate Paul's conversations with the crowd. The drum solo was stupid, and I wish they did more old songs.
Well, that
who the fuck is that kind of Todd?
Yeah, that kind of matches the. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
The only reason I read that text, Zeus, was because you just said you have to be a miserable fuck to not walk out of there.
So you want to call your friend a miserable fuck in case he hears this.
That's why I didn't want to use his name, but he's not going to listen to this anyways. He probably won't listen to this anyways, but if he does, he's going to know who I'm talking about because I just read his text on the air.
Jimmy was there?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Holy fuck. Good job, Murph.
Yep.
Anyways, so why the fuck go?
What's that?
Why the fuck did he go?
Because he's a Kiss fan.
Is he?
And he went with other people who are also Kiss fans.
Is he? If anybody described that's Kiss, it's like going to the concert and being like, what's with all the makeup? Like, do they really need to wear it? And all these explosions. I mean, come on.
I know.
I'll say this. I am a creature of habit, creature of the night. Going to a show like that, I never go out on a Tuesday night because you still got 3 work days ahead of you.
Agreed.
I knew I was going to be paying for it the rest of the week.
Yep.
When it was 9 o'clock.
Why you cracked your 6th beer tonight, Murph?
It was 9 o'clock and they still hadn't gone on, and I'm going, what? I got to get to bed. No regrets. They exceeded my expectations. They sounded better than I thought. The set was better than I thought. They were tighter than I thought. And I was very, 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 very impressed with the overall experience.
Murph, what time did you go to bed?
After midnight.
Tom, what time did you get to bed?
About 12:30.
I got to bed at 1:30.
Oh. God.
I was the last one to get home.
But it's worth it.
Fucking worth it.
And I think Murph's review right there, because Murph's obviously a Kiss fan, but he's not a freak like me and Zeus. And for a rousing review like that. And
I'm a freak.
And everybody's been saying the same thing. I haven't heard one person except for that miserable fuck who texted me.
So he was complaining about Paul's stage fucking banter.
I know. I was like,
that's
have you never
what
been
he
to
does.
I'm like, have you never been to a Kiss concert before? Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's his business, Tom. That's his personal, private business.
It doesn't look like you're doing any business. So what do we got? Any final wrap up thoughts here? Can we tell funny stories about our T-shirts, Zeus? Or
hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So as we're leaving, we're in the parking lot to get out. We're getting harassed by every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Hey, I got a Kiss shirt. Want to buy a Kiss shirt? Yeah, I got a couple. One of them is pulling it out of his pants. I'm like, dude, is that in your pants? No. I'm like, what do you mean no? Reeks of marijuana. My whole car reeks of it. And anyways, it was like the same guys all selling the same shirts, the same ones saw at Mohegan.
Yep.
We look over and there's a guy with the balloon.
No.
And I have it on film. I'm going to put it up for you guys to see.
Okay.
I videoed it as we're getting out because we're stuck. Watching these guys, it was like, honestly, all I needed was the Larry David Curb Your Enthusiasm music with him trying to put it in the trunk and it can't fit. Then he goes to the back, he can't fit. Then he goes to the other side, he can't fit.
He couldn't get it in?
Couldn't fit it in the car.
That's what she said.
So, yeah. Well done, Murph.
Yeah.
So what did he do with it?
We had to leave. I don't know.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you, all you need is the Curb Your Enthusiasm music. It was awesome.
Yeah, I had an interesting experience too, like you with the bootleg T-shirts. So Saturday we're at Mohegan Sun, and
if Gene Simmons is listening, we are always against.
Oh yeah, we don't support that. So if anybody listening ever been to the Mohegan Sun Casino, one of the entrances that you exit out, there's a Krispy Kreme donut shop right there.
Get me started because that's my other story.
And late at night, it's always packed. Oh, the lines
at night,
and it's so good. It's worth it with the friggin' donuts. So anyways, I'm in line, and I had a Kiss shirt on from the show. Some guy comes up to me. The guy literally looked like he crawled out of a sewer. He goes, hey, Kiss T-shirt? I'm like, what the fuck? Where did you come from? I go, how much? He goes, $20. And the shirts are actually really nice. So the front of it has the graphic Kiss End of the Road tour. The back of the shirt is the thing that sold me. It has the Kiss Army logo. It has all the tour cities, and then it has all the autographs of every member that's ever been in Kiss, including Zeus is showing me right now, including Bruce Kulick and
is that our concert?
Peter Criss.
Somebody picks them all up and drops them off at every concert.
Yeah, so the shirt's awesome. So the guy's like $20. I'm like, nah. I'm good. He's like $15. I'm like, okay, you got one in XXX? So he pulls out a XXX. Literally, it looked like he pulled the shirt out of his ass, like the Jerky Boys.
He's pulling large pieces of Kiss merchandise out of his ass.
So I said, you got a XXX and a large. He goes, yeah. So that's $15 a piece, $30. So I give him two 20s. I go, do you got change? He goes, I'll give you a third one for $40. I'm like, all right. So I got 3 T-shirts for $40. Sorry, Gene, but I'm not paying $50 for your T-shirts.
Ooh, $50.
That's nice. So, yeah, our guy was trying to get Murph to get one, right? He was like, all right, what about the second one? No, he'll buy it. $10. Murph's like, I don't want it.
You didn't buy one for $10?
No.
Yeah, he didn't want it. I was like, because I think he got grossed out by the guy pulling it off his sweaty ball bag, and he just rips it out of his pants. Reeks of pot.
Oh, God. Brutal.
But that reminds me, so after Mohegan, same thing. Everything to keep your little 10-year-old happy because she saw Krispy Kreme when we walked in. Can we please get him? Mommy loves this. We love to get him. I'm like, okay, I'll get you some on the way out.
Yeah.
Like an idiot, I promised her that. As we're leaving, you said we go Krispy. I'm like, okay, let's go. Where is it? I'm like, no, hold on, honey. I can't see it. There's this huge line here. She's like, yeah, that's the line, Dad. I'm like, are you shitting me? Yeah. There was a line up and around the corner. I got in line. 40 minutes.
What?
To get fucking donuts.
Oh, that's worth
40 minutes to get Krispy Kreme donuts after a Kiss concert at Mohegan Sun.
Worth it. The donuts are worth it.
Sounds just about right, doesn't it?
Pretty much. Yep.
Right? So,
nice.
Yeah, overall, buddy, I have the feeling because we talked about going to see them at Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
This wasn't our last time.
Could
so
be.
I feel a little better. Even if we see them Virginia Beach, I still think they're going to come around after the European part of this tour and hit other cities, make it a summer venue so they can say we hit Boston, but we went to the Xfinity Center.
Yep.
we didn't go to the Garden, so it's different. You know what I mean?
If they can sell out the Garden, they can pack Xfinity.
Yeah, so I think we will see them this area again at some point.
Probably.
But it's not our last time seeing it, but wow, what a show.
Yeah.
You know, we are lucky that our favorite band is this old and we still got to see him perform.
Better than ever.
Yep.
I mean, better than ever. Seriously, better than ever.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
I'm 45. You guys are 45 years old. I'm 46. I thank you that I'm still, I can be peer pressured into doing things and going to the show with you guys.
I'm glad. And how lucky was it that there was actually an open seat near our section, it was perfect.
And you know what? And to sound really cheesy and sentimental, but I got to see him with you guys and my daughter.
Well, you brought it up since we're going to get a little cheesy and sentimental for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing my favorite band that I've loved since I was 5 and having my 14-year-old son standing next to me with my 2 best friends who are the biggest Kiss fans ever. I almost want that to be my last show.
Excuse me. Your wife was at one of the shows too.
Yeah, but that's different. It's different. It's a different experience. I almost want that Boston show to be the last show. You know what I mean? Almost, just because of that. But what an experience for people, you know. If you haven't seen the show yet, if you're doubting whether or not you should, my God, you got to go. You have to go.
It's one of those things you'll regret it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Go out and do it.
Yep.
And, you know, we talk about, let's go do the Kiss cruise. Let's go do this. You know what? I got a feeling they'll be doing a couple more Kiss cruises because I think that's in their wheelhouse. They can bang those out.
Yep.
I'd rather see a couple more concerts.
Yeah, I agree. Do some road trips for some shows. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then songs won't be so corny.
What do we got, Murph? It sounds like you might have something for me and Zeus here.
All right.
That's the wrap of our show. We're going to go to the questions. And when we have Murph on, Murph gets to ask us a couple questions.
I do have a few questions. And
go ahead,
actually,
shoot.
one of them is goes back to the concert.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Now, I think we would all admit that Mr. Stanley is in extremely good shape for someone that is, 66, 67?
Meanwhile, I can't stand up for the 2 songs in a row. Like, oh, shit.
But, you know, the vest was a little unforgiving at times. Do you think it should be a little longer to cover up the belly button that was protruding at times?
Ooh, interesting.
Because the belly button was not rounded. It looked like the Seinfeld. Hello! Thoughts?
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I really didn't notice. The only costume I really noticed was Tommy's. Because that big fucking silver Dorito he's wearing.
Silver Dorito?
I mean, I loved it. Look, Paul's boots were awesome. Gene's costume looks the exact fucking same as all of them. Everyone's like, oh, new costume. It's the friggin' Love Gun boots with like the friggin' Dynasty top. But I mean, I know it's not technically that, but you know.
So should he wear the vest or should he cover the belly?
I thought his costume was kind of weak.
Paul?
Yeah, it's just...
Yeah, cover it up. Cover it up. Cover it up. Yeah.
Zeus?
Yeah, obviously, since you noticed it, he should cover it up. I didn't know. I wasn't paying attention.
Okay. All right. So the second question.
The Fat Muffin Man.
the
Hi. There's a Fat Muffin Man. Excuse me? The Fat Muffin Man? Yeah.
Okay. The second question. Now you have to work with me here. I'm going back to circa 1977 Kiss. Tommy.
Hi. He's the Fat Muffin Man. Fat Muffin Man.
All right.
I'm the biggest one here.
All right. Stop.
You put that
All right, you got. I need your attention.
Go ahead. Going back to 1976.
1977 Kiss. We got the original 4 back in their heyday.
Okay.
If we were to compare them to another team that was in their heyday, the News 4 anchor team from Anchorman, which Kiss member would be? Which Kiss member would be Ron Burgundy, Brick Tamland,
oh my God,
Brian Fantana, and Champ Kind.
Oh
my! We know my favorite Shannon Tweed would be Veronica Corningstone.
That is such a great question because I love Anchorman. Ron Burgundy is absolutely Paul Stanley.
Yeah.
Absolutely Paul Stanley.
Yeah.
Now remember, Brick Tamland was later to be determined that he is mentally retarded.
Oh.
That's Ace.
That might have to be Gene.
That's Ace.
Oh, we're going 77. I'm sorry. All right. Yeah, that's Ace. I love Lamp.
Where's my Grammy?
Oh, okay. And then Brian Fantana. Oof. That's got to be probably Gene because of the Sex Panther. You know, the Sex Panther perf cologne there.
I guess so. You could go with that.
See, Champ Kind, I would have thought you guys would have said was Ace because of Whammy.
Maybe, but Ace is an idiot, and I think he's more.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right.
But then Peter doesn't really fit the Champ lineup there. So I don't know. It's a tough one. That's a tough. Right. That's a good question. I like it. I like it.
I don't know.
I like it.
So, famous last words, Murph?
Well, make a reservation between the hours of 10 and 2. How do you do?
Ooh, wonderful.
How do you do? I love that.
Yeah.
Thomas?
I was born on Olympus. To my father, a son. I was raised by the demons, trained to reign as the one.
One what?
Come on, Zeus, bring it.
All right, well, hold on a second. Why are you such a rush? Hold on a second. So, before I get into my lyric, we almost forgot. How do people get a hold of us?
Oh, shit, you're right. Okay. So you can email us, shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com, shoutitoutloudcast@gmail.com. We are all on the podcast platforms, iTunes, Apple. If you enjoy the show, please leave us a rating and a review. It boosts our visibility on iTunes. It will, feature us for, if people listen to other KISS podcasts, it'll feature us. So please let us know what you think. If you love us, great. If you don't love us, that's great too. Tell us why. Google Play, Spotify, YouTube, Podomatic. There's a couple other platforms we're going to try to get out there shortly. iHeartRadio is one that's becoming a lot more popular. We're going to try to get out there. And we're all over social media. You know that we're all over Twitter. We try to keep the Facebook active. Facebook isn't as active as Instagram and Twitter, but we're on Instagram as well. So, and we love the feedback. We love the interaction. Keep it going.
Absolutely. And so on that note, I just want to add, I don't want to hear you might. There's a fire getting near and sparks ignite. If you're ready for a wild ride, let me hear you say,
yeah.
What the hell is that?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Well done. Well done. Murph, thank you for joining us again, buddy. We appreciate it as always.
Guys, thank you. Kiss Army, vote for Cold Gin.
Yes. Vote.
Mr. Speed. On that note, everybody, thank you very much. Gentlemen, we'll see you next week. Peace out, Girl Scout.